Over my motoring years, I've been lucky enough to own some amazing cars. From a crazy WRX race car to a Lexus RCF, from a humble 350Z to a wildly impractical Lotus Exige, from a crazy fast Audi RS3 to a slightly underwhelming GR Corolla. But like most car enthusiasts, there's always those couple of dream cars that seem just out of reach. Well, today, that all changes. My name's Alex, you're watching the Frac 77 channel, where today we're about to turn dreams into reality. When I look back over my car ownership history, there aren't many cars that I regret selling. To me, each one has gifted me a unique experience. Some have been great, some have been exciting, some have been a bit meh, and others have been downright awful. But to me, life is about cramming as many experiences in as you can, so I appreciate every single one of them. But there is one car up on this wall that I do miss, and something that I've been looking to step back into. But instead of stepping backwards today, I've decided to step things up. I can't wait for you guys to see it. This is special. This really is one of those pinch yourself kind of moments for me, and I know a lot of you probably have a bunch of questions around now, like how, why, when, what the heck happened to the GR Corolla. But first, let me talk you through what this is and how it came to be. What you're looking at is a 2021 Lexus LC500, the flagship of the brand. Released in 2017 and built in the same Motomachi plant as the Lexus LFA Halo car, the LC500 embodies the daring approach of blending seduction and technology. Adorned with its muscular wheel arches, swooping roofline and LFA-style cockpit, the LC encapsulates the essence of a grand tourer. You know, when I first got this, I had it parked up in the garage and I just sat there for half an hour staring at it, discovering the lines and the curves and the features, and even now I'm still discovering new stuff. Oh, and then there's the interior. Serving as a masterclass in the use of fine materials, every single surface is covered in leather, Alcantara, brushed aluminium or carbon fiber. The cockpit surrounds the driver like a cocoon, with each surface seamlessly blending into the next through natural shapes and curves. Even the base of the seat is covered in leather. And one of my favorite interior design cues is this door card design with these sculpted lines and this real metal, sumptuous door handle. You know what this is? This is the design team at Lexus not settling for good. This is a demonstration in the pursuit of perfection. But it's not all just about the looks, because the beating heart of the LC500 is a masterpiece in itself. Under the bonnet, you'll find the same 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 that you find in the RCF or the GSF. And with a little tickling from Yamaha, this lump pushes out 351 kilowatts and produces the most glorious sound, even when standing still. Take a listen. But I'm getting a little bit carried away, and before this turns into a full-blown review, which I will do at a later stage, let me just explain why I bought this particular car, why it took so long, and why an LC500 in the first place. Way back in 2012, Lexus released images of a prototype known as the LFLC concept. And the moment I laid eyes on it, I knew that one day I would have to own one of these. In 2016, it actually made production and came to market, and to everyone's excitement, the production model actually looked a lot like the concept, which is not very common in the automotive industry. But with a price tag of nearly $250,000 Aussie dollars, my dreams of owning one were very quickly put to rest. But then sometime last year, that dream was reignited as I realized the secondhand values had dropped to sort of be within reach. Now, I was very specific about the spec that I wanted, following on from my RCF ownership. White exterior, red interior, 2019 plus, because that's when sort of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay came in, plus some other suspension revisions. I wanted the enhancement pack, and I kind of wanted something under 40,000 kilometers. Months and months passed with nothing suitable coming to market. I did find one in Victoria, but the seller ended up being a complete dick, totally misrepresented the condition of the car. David, if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying that deposit that you didn't return.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Just as I was starting to get a little bit despondent, up popped this one at a Lexus dealership in Sydney. Now I know what you're saying, Alex, this one does not have the red interior that you wanted, and you're right, but I'd never even considered this color. And when I saw the pictures, I just fell in love. And then I saw the kilometers on the car. Check this, this car has 6,800 kilometers on the clock. For a 4-year-old car with full Lexus service history, I mean, this thing's just run in. So obviously that comes at a premium, and yes, I did have to stretch the budget a little bit. But after a few days of negotiating, the car was packed into a container and made ready for its nearly 4,000 kilometer trip to the other side of the country. And finally, here it is. But why did it take me over 12 months to find one in this spec? Well, it turns out the LC500 is a lot rarer than I had realized, with only 14,000 units made globally since 2017. Only a couple of hundred of those were sold in Australia, with an annual sales figure of around 45 units. So if you're fussy about the spec you want, it can take quite some time to find one. But why the LC500? Well, ever since I owned the RCF, I've kind of been a bit of a closeted Lexus fanboy. I also appreciate driving something unusual, something evocative, something that's going to spark a conversation with fellow car enthusiasts. But I'm also a stickler for quality and reliability, and that is something that Lexus do very well. But there is a little bit of methodology to my madness. See, I think the LC500 is a hugely underappreciated car, and I also think that people are starting to figure that out. Combine that with the fact that 2025 is the last production year for the LC500, so I'm hedging my bets that in a few years this is going to become a bit of a modern classic. Not that I intend to sell it anytime soon. Anyway, I think that's enough rambling from me. If you have any other questions about why I bought it and all this kind of stuff, just drop a comment below. I'm happy to answer it. But for now, I think it's time we hit the road. I was actually lucky enough to drive one of these cars over in Melbourne sometime last year. And I even put a little Instagram reel up about meeting your heroes, because sometimes it can be a little bit disappointing. But not this time. Every time I get into this car, it's an event. And I love the dual personality of it. You can be a comfortable, quiet cruiser, and then you mash your foot down or you flick a switch and this thing becomes an absolute muscle car, rearing up on its rear haunches and belting out this sound. I mean, this motor, I don't know how they've managed to tune the exhaust to sound so mournful and so tuneful, so expensive. It's like conducting an orchestra. I know I'm gonna get absolutely flamed in the comments, but in the top RPM, I feel like it's got this little touch of LFA about it. I know it's not the screaming V10, but there's something about the note that when it gets up there, it just sounds, oh. It sounds like a howling wolf, like a lonesome wolf out in the forest. And you're out camping and then, I love it. See, I told you I was a Lexus fanboy. Oh my goodness, can you imagine this thing in a tunnel? We have to do that. Make sure you're subscribed. That'll be another video. Well, there you have it. I still can't quite believe that I managed to get my hands on one of these. It's a dream come true. I'm very appreciative and of course, very, very lucky. Now, I will be doing a review on this in a few months' time. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see in that video, please just leave it in the comments section below. If you've made it this far in the video, firstly, thank you. And secondly, remember that 1983 Porsche 944 that I had a long time ago? Well, I've swapped it. I've swapped it for another classic German icon, and I've been quietly working away in the background, and this is going to be pretty special. It's a car that I hold really dear to my heart because my grandmother used to have one back in Germany when I was just a little Wiener Schnitzel. So before I leave you with a little teaser of what's coming up, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing because it really helps build the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'm feeling tipsy.